Hey everyone, I'm Simone Nikkole. I'm the writer of Papercutz. So, when you're going into things like writing school or any type of film school, the first thing they tell you is to write what you know. So, when Papercutz was a thought, I was in the middle of a job and career situation, and I was dead set on believing that my life was going to be boring. And who would want to watch this type of story? After a while, I decided that life's natural drama must be entertaining since we watch it over and over and over on many different TV shows. But at my point, I was struggling on whether or not to continue my therapy journey or focus on my writing. Writing for me, whether it be poetry, plays, or films, has always been a place of therapy and a place to work things out without judgment. So during Papercutz, I hope you guys enjoy figuring it out with me in this particular Zoom edited version of the pilot. And from Fade In, I wanted to explore my love of my careers of writing and therapy and helping people while, like everyone else, is doing what we have to do until we can do what we want. So I hope you enjoy the drama of this retail story with Sophia and her coworkers. I pray there will be more episodes like this to come. So get comfortable because the store is about to open.
Interior Papercutz night, 8:45 p.m. We hear the rumbling of a binding machine pedal. We see Sophia in a Papercutz uniform punching holes in a manuscript. Next to her are 15 distinct sets of the manuscript.
People say when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Right now, I feel like I'm sipping on limeade.
Printers are loudly running. Customers are overflowing lines and aisles and waiting impatiently in the marketing area. Sophia is punching holes in another manuscript. She looks at the clock. It is now 8:45 p.m.
When do you need this by? We close in 15 minutes.
I need it tomorrow morning.
Sophia looks up to take a breather. The sound of the binding machine turns into wheels rolling across a tiled floor.
2 months ago, I was in an accident that shook up my world.
Interior hospital night. Flashback. Sophia is lying on a gurney looking up at the lights. She has a neck brace on, lying perfectly still, afraid to move to make anything worse. Her face riddled with tears.
No one tells you live in the moment with full faith. You land in a place like this.
Sophia is getting examined in an x-ray machine.
Don't get me wrong. Jesus is still my homeboy. But boy, did I have questions for him on this one.
Sophia is sitting in a chair in the doctor's office, looking like the world is on her shoulders. Your pain will last for a long time. You have pinched nerves on your C2 and herniated discs on your L4 and L5. You will need physical therapy. If you don't want surgery, chiropractic and acupuncture as well.
Will I be able to return to work?
It could exacerbate the pain you already feel. Interior Renee's house day flashback.
After I got the news, the one place I had to go was my best friend Renee's. If you ever need a pick-me-up, she's your girl, but she doesn't spare your dose of reality.
Sophia is close to tears, sitting in the living room with Renee, edgy and no nonsense, sipping a glass of red wine.
So you can't go back to New York.
It doesn't look like it. I worked so hard to make these moves.
Wait, what am I, chopped liver?
Just sip your wine and give me a minute.
Great. What am I supposed to do?
What are we going to do is some research. I mean, you're not dead, at least not yet. There is no throwing in the towel. New York will still be there when you're all healed.
Some of the people won't.
They aren't meant for you.
Renee pops open her laptop and starts Googling jobs near me.
You're not going to find something like that.
Well, your whining is not going to tell your new boss to knock on my door and beg you to work for her.
Her?
Yeah, her. We are looking for Black girl magic. You lost yours.
Interior Papercutz night present.
She thinks I lost my magic. I can't let her be right. I won't. This guy's stare is burning through my skin.
The customer is staring at Sophia as she continues to bind. Stephen hands the customer 5 completed books.
Next time, please come at least by 6 p.m. because it takes a long time to manually bind 20 books. You can pick up the rest tomorrow at 10 a.m.
You don't close until 9. You should be able to finish it.
Sophia glances over at Stephen. Stephen, the know-it-all, appears to be addressing a different customer in the printing section.
Should is different than could. You gonna give us an extra hand?
We will do the best we can.
You better, or you will not be working here for too long.
A coil flies from the desk into the chest of Sophia. Interior Renee's house, continuous night.
Meanwhile, Renee is living her best life. Between doing hair and loving her children, Frankie and Imani, her new task on her to-do list is helping me find my magic, is to find me a man.
Renee walks into her kitchen to prepare dinner for her children. Frankie throws a toy at her feet.
Is it ready yet?
No, Frankie. Almost.
Renee puts out beef, shredded cheese, and lettuce on the table. She puts a bottle of wine in the freezer.
Is Auntie Fia coming to eat with us?
When she comes, it's going to be bedtime and time for mommy to find Fia's special best friend.
Will Auntie Fia come and play too?
She's working a lot, but Saturday when she comes around, she can come over and play. But now it is time for
Taco night!
Renee and Frankie sit at the table making their tacos. Renee tickles Frankie into her seat.
This is the kind of laughter I live for. Life has a way of creeping up when you steal in it.
Interior Papercutz night, continuous. Customers slowly make their way to the front, pushing boxes and office chairs to the registers. Brenda, a bubbly yet stern force of nature, takes over the speakers.
We are closing in 5 minutes. Gather your purchases and head to the registers. You don't have to go home, but I beg of you, gotta get out of here.
Meanwhile, in the marketing department, Steve notices Sophia struggling and joins her with the impatient customer.
The more you argue
I
with
don't
us,
think you should be talking to me like this.
the more you argue with us, the less time we have to work. If you need it for the morning, unfortunately, a 24-hour marketing store does not exist.
I didn't ask for 6. I asked for 20. Whatever happened to the customer is always right. What are they training you here? Can
Well,
I speak to your manager?
I just gave you 6. You can now go on your merry way. Come back when we're open for the rest of them, like you see the rest of the customers you see around you exiting the store on time.
I want the manager of the marketing department. I want Crystal. She always takes care of me.
Crystal?
You better find a way to get in touch with her. I'm never coming back.
Stephen picks up the walkie-talkie. Interior, Crystal's home, night, continuous. A baby monitor full of white noise. Toys all over the floor. A toddler fighting sleep and a baby crying. Crystal juggles some toys as she takes a bottle out of the microwave.
Crystal tries her best to never be here at night. She works during the day, which often turns into afternoon, and on bad days, night. But bedtime is important.
Mommy, you missed dinner again. We had Grandma's spaghetti.
Oh, it must have been so yummy.
In Taylor's room, Crystal tucks Taylor into her Barbie bed and kisses her on the forehead.
I will try my best next time.
Her phone rings. Crystal's husband, Jack, checks her phone.
Your phone is ringing again. Will these teenagers ever understand what it means to be off the clock?
I'll be at work in a few hours. They can wait.
Let's see how long you will keep that mentality. I'm so surprised you made it home to put Heather and Taylor to bed.
She takes her phone and silences it. Crystal heads to her room, checks her work schedule to her chagrin. Interior, canvas, counseling, night. Angela sits at her desk, ruffling through her schedule, sending emails as her phone rings.
Hi, this is Dr. Angela. I know it's late, but I really need a counselor to fill in. I don't have time to explain this to you. Get me interviews from Wednesday to Friday. Please and thank you.
I felt so bad leaving her, but sometimes in the fight between the body and the mind, the body wins.
Angela takes out her patient files and divides them into stacks. One of her counselors, Daniel, knocks.
Everything is locked up. The last group member is left. I put away the coffee and the cookies in the kitchen. Oh, and the little attendance sheet is by the door.
Thanks so much. You did such a great job filling in today for group. It's still early. You can get back to your social life.
What social life?
The one when it's Friday night and you go to a bar or something and pick up a pretty girl or boy. I don't judge.
The AA leader at the bar?
You know what I mean. Just have some fun. Non-alcoholic fun. With our budget, a Shirley Temple should be in your price range. Oh, the jazz club down the block should still be open.
If I am going away, and if I do go out, it will be far, far away from here.
Interior, Papercutz, night, 9:15 p.m. The impatient customer grabs the box of manuscripts and is escorted out by manager Todd.
Todd is often the night savior. He's been handling the chaos of Papercutz at night for the last 15 years. 15 years! He could have warned me about the ruthlessness.
Sophia is at her register, ringing up the final customer when the register locks her out.
Todd, my number doesn't work. Can you open the register?
You never have numbers on your first day. I have to program it tomorrow morning.
How can I work without numbers? Where's Brenda? What are we supposed to do about the customer? He's probably going to call corporate.
A bad message from corporate on the first day.
Corporate is going to punish me.
Oh, kudos to you.
Yes, that is all they're good for. Customer word is king.
It is. Well, in most retail, it is.
Sophia finds a flash drive behind a computer near the laminator.
Steve, do you know who was working on this computer? I think they left their flash.
Oh, I put it in the lost and found.
Steve takes the flash drive towards the lost and found. He opens the drawer, but palms the drive. Todd counts the registers, and Steven intently watches.
This job is a learn as you go type of situation. Okay? I hope you show up tomorrow. I mean, you did a good job. Customers can just be like entitled little pricks sometimes.
Sophia looks back at Todd, smiles, and gets into Renee's car. Sophia flops down in the front seat.
I dare not even ask. Ooh.
As Renee's driving home, Sophia lets the world out of her lungs.
Learn as you go, my ass. Steven barely did anything to help me while I was up to my ears in bindings. He nearly cussed out a customer. I have no idea what happened to the manager that hired me.
Interior Sophia's home, night. Renee and Sophia are drinking red wine and laughing.
Whew. Well, at least you got paid for all of that.
Girl, I don't get paid enough.
Newsflash, my love. Nobody ever does.
Did you do any hair today? Tell me you didn't interrogate your customers again.
You're not getting any younger, and Frankie needs a godfather.
How did his T-ball game go?
He struck out.
Maybe you should be teaching him how to hit on a tee.
Maybe you should be dating so your man can teach all of us how to hit it.
Very fun.
Interior, exterior of Papercutz day, continuous, 7:45 a.m. Right before the store opens, a line of customers at the door wait for someone to open up. Crystal, Sophia, and Mark, a new hire, are talking in the corner of the marketing department. Crystal is smiling, but Mark and Sophia look scared.
I understand the two of you are new, so you don't know how everything goes yet. But rain or shine, you do not call me for anything after 8 p.m. bedtime. If you are not dying and the store is not on fire, you should not be calling me.
Sophia and Mark shake their heads. Crystal maintains her smile. Sophia points to the premier customer list.
But it was...
No phone, no text, unless you are dying and bleeding out from Papercutz.
The customers flock in. They don't head to the office department or tech office. Oh no, they all head right to the marketing department. Mark is answering all the customers' questions, showing them to the printing area or directing them to the shipping area. He is running around like a chicken with his head cut off, a delightful change from Steven. Sophia is on the phone calling customers she couldn't the night before.
Hello, this is Sophia from Papercutz. Your presentation is ready for pickup. You can come anytime. We close at 9 p.m.
Mark taps Sophia on the shoulder.
How do I make a 24 by 34 poster?
Mark is out of breath in mid-panic. Sophia hangs up the phone.
First of all, deep breath, slowly count 10, in for 10, and out for 10.
Mark regains his composure, exaggerating the breaths.
The poster cannot be made right now. Heck, the machines aren't even warmed up yet.
Right.
Mark starts to head toward the poster customer. Sophia grabs his arm.
Take the order, find out when they need it, have them come back in at least 2 hours. Smarter, not harder. These people will drive us cray-cray.
Overpromise, over-deliver. What they don't know won't hurt. When we get it done early, the customers stay happy and we stay sane.
Maybe you should be moving more and sitting less. Why do you get a cushy job?
Your customer is waiting.
Sophia returns to her phone calls. Later in the day, Crystal sits around a desk with Todd. The other managers in the district are on speakerphone.
We noticed that our marketing planograms have gone missing. 2 weeks later, District 15 has had a spike in sales.
District 15 is on the verge of closing. They have terrible customer service. Are you sure?
This is their first positive quarter in 6 months. Has anything gone missing from your stores?
Not that we know of. We will implement spot checks next week, starting next shift. I had to suspend Brenda last night.
Seriously, is that why my phone was blowing up last night?
Todd leads Crystal toward the security cameras. We see the impatient customer talking to Brenda close to the exit.
No one talks to my workers like that. Only me.
Well, you better get a hold of them.
You better get a hold of this.
Brenda takes a swing at the customer. The customer stumbles back and goes to gather her boxes.
Wait, who is that?
Todd rewinds the footage.
Oh, slow it down a bit. Pause it right there.
What do you see?
That is Henrietta. One of my marketing preferred customers. We can't have her mad like that. She spends over $2,000 a year in the store.
Todd is speechless and red. Interior Papercutz marketing department, 1 p.m. Mark is with a customer at the counter. He looks nervous. The customer is looking at the poster.
How do you like it? I think it looks great.
Can you roll it back up?
As Mark takes it, the white corner tears.
You just tore it.
Your cut. Never mind.
Mark turns back to the poster machine and heads to the computer, defeated. Sophia notices the flash drive she found last night is not there. Crystal prints a file.
Single-sided, you center the file in the middle of the laminating sheet. Double-sided, you line up each page back to back, then center.
Aren't you going to get that?
Crystal sets her phone to vibrate.
The more it looks nice and doesn't bubble up, the less the customers complain. Do not give them a reason to complain.
Sophia puts the file on the laminator.
You sure that wasn't important?
Speaking of complain, why didn't you tell me that the customer last night was Henrietta?
I tried, but you cut me off. The store was opening.
Crystal is livid and the creepy smile is back.
Did she pick up the rest of her files?
Not sure. Ask Mark.
Crystal watches as Sophia laminates some files.
Make sure the machine light is steady. This way it is hot enough to seal the documents.
Crystal's phone starts to vibrate again.
You should get that. It could be Tyler's school.
It's probably Jack. Do not lean on the laminator or you will burn yourself.
Exterior baseball field day. Renee is putting lotion on a burn on her finger. She is sitting on a riser surrounded by other parents.
Darn Flatiron.
Sophia takes out her phone to scroll through her Instagram hair photos, still focused until we hear a whack. Renee jumps up, dropping her phone between the risers. To not be that mom, Renee stands up and starts to cheer. When she finally looks around, she is the only one standing. Her friend Denise, the quintessential proper role model of a single mom, tugs on her shirt, laughing.
It was a double.
Okay, but I'm always supportive of Frankie and his teammates.
But it was for the other team.
My bad.
Renee looks for Frankie in the outfield. Frankie runs to the dugout with his teammates. As Renee turns back around, Denise is gone, and a man is handing her her phone.
Hey, I think you dropped this.
Renee looks him up and down.
What a tall piece of white.
Before she takes the phone from him. Interior Renee's house, day, a daydream. This man is playing with Frankie on the floor. He gets up and smiles back at someone. Flashing back, Renee snaps back to reality.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
What are you doing on Saturday?
Oh, I'm taking care of my nephew during the day, but I'm free later on.
Perfect.
He places his phone number in Renee's phone.
Wait.
Call me.
Wait.
Renee holds up her phone.
For my contacts.
The man poses as Renee takes his picture.
I see you ready to get back in the game.
Interior Canvas Counseling Day. Angela is walking potential counselors around the center.
Our patients will lie to you. Once they're figured out that you're gullible, they will burn you.
Aren't they mandated to be here?
If they can get a rise out of you, their mandate becomes fun. Less about them, more about you. They want to ride that until their bid is up.
Daniel comes upstairs and bumps into Angela, almost dropping a stack of folders.
What would you like to do with all these files?
Well, we are behind and have to prepare for the audit.
Angela turns back to the group.
We are, whichever one of you make it past the interview process will be helping us keep up. So don't feel bad for him.
Interior Papercutz office. Crystal is at a desk watching security cameras from the last few days. Her phone vibrates again.
Are you serious?
Crystal answers her phone.
Taylor needs some money for the book fair tonight. I have a meeting with a client. It starts at 6 p.m. Will you make it?
I don't see why not.
Taylor really misses you. This is the perfect mother-daughter time.
Okay.
I will call you and remind you.
No.
You conveniently lose track of time when you're with your work husbands walking to the store.
Crystal hangs up the phone and she picks up the store phone. The line is busy.
Hi, Henrietta. This is Crystal from Papercutz. I am sorry for the mix-up last night. Please call us back so we can see what we can do about your manuscripts.
Crystal turns her attention back to the cameras. Interior Papercutz aisles during the day. Children plead with parents for glow-in-the-dark glue. At the back of the store, customers are sitting in office chairs, a couple reading books borrowed from the aisles. An inventory specialist, a scruffy Jessie, rides up the aisle in a chair. Meanwhile, in the back room, shelves are full of paper reams, binding coils, and lamination. A baler next to the garbage and U-boats in the middle of the floor. Cages of merchandise are on the right side of the room. A tech associate and a floor worker are playing basketball in the cages with the candy and the stress balls. Crystal and Sophia push the door wide open, interrupting the game. Crystal gives her evil smile.
We're selling the merchandise and work and self-care all at once.
What's the score?
10-2.
Y'all are selling these after your Kobe moment.
Damaged goods. And there's bubble wrap. There's bubble wrap in the bins.
Don't mind them. They work on the other side of the store.
Crystal turns back to the shelves.
Here is the paper, the binding materials. Old ink cartridges go here. Cardboard goes into the baler. The shipping boxes go next to the exit door to the right of the car.
The two walk back to the front of the store.
Did anyone come and pick up a flash drive when I was out?
No. Why?
Stephen and I found it in the printing section.
Jesse overhears them, still in the office chair. Crystal mean mugs him.
I haven't seen them, but I will comb the aisles.
Interior Renee's house day. Renee is braiding a patron's hair. Frankie is watching cartoons with a bowl of Cheerios in front of her on the floor.
What's going on in your neighborhood? Anyone looking to partner up?
Are you looking for a stepdad for Frankie?
Oh, no. Please. It's not for me. I'm asking for my girl, Soph. I don't have time to date. One of us has to have some fun.
I'll have to ask my niece. My stoop's been quite quiet.
Thanks. Bring photos and dating resume. This is a serious recon. I can't lose my bestie because of bad date. She trusts my judgment.
Interior Papercutz day. The doors swing open. A man in a suit enters and motions to Todd. The two meet and start talking. Sophia is printing resumes for a customer. As she looks up, she catches a glimpse of the two of them walking through tech. Sophia starts to hyperventilate. Crystal watches Sophia's gaze.
That's Bob from corporate. He visits from time to time.
Did they have an appointment today?
He usually comes around to check our numbers or to map the space for new equipment.
The men catch eyes with Sophia. She breaks their gaze and goes back to the resumes. The men disappear down the aisle.
Sometimes I read them and I think about where I could be instead.
Interior Canvas Counseling flashback. Angela and Sophia are in the conference room.
Your resume is quite impressive. I enjoyed your stories. Are you planning on using them during sessions?
I plan to create the stories for the patients to act out so they can be engaged in the learning.
Pretty clever.
Angela writes something in her notebook. As she closes it, we hear a slam. Interior Papercutz day present. One of the children in the aisle has dropped a binder. Sophia jumps.
Never a dull moment.
Jesse goes over to pick up the binder. He finds a flash drive cover underneath. Crystal and Todd are in the customer pickup area.
Sophia was talking about a missing flash drive.
Do you think it is related to the missing marketing plans?
I didn't see anything on the security cameras. Now we have Jesse looking for this mysterious flash drive.
2 hours later, Sophia notices Todd and Bob shake hands as Bob exits the store. Crystal is checking all bags, customers and employees alike, before they leave the store.
Customers, your bags must be checked before we take your items to your cars. Employees, you will be inspected at lunch breaks and the change of shifts.
Todd joins Crystal at the inspection desk. Crystal is emptying some customers' bags. She holds off chuckles at what she finds. Pomegranates, coconut oils, scissors, glue, walkie-talkie, etc. Crystal inspects the scissors and the walkie-talkie. Not the store brand, the customer is sweating.
You're good.
Crystal goes back to searching the bags.
No secret that this dude doesn't trust anybody. I guess someone stole too many candy and pens.
A car speeds out of the parking lot. Sophia and other employees jump. Exterior, New York Theater, flashback 3 months ago. Sophia is sitting on the side of the road. Off to the side is a side-swiped car with crushed doors. Interior, Renee's house, day. Sophia is sitting on the floor playing with Frankie and her trucks. Renee is braiding a woman's hair.
It happened again.
What happened again? You hurt yourself? Girl, you are becoming Cusky McAllen.
Haha, I hope not. It's the flashbacks. A car sped out of the parking lot. I was back on the sidewalk of the theater.
Right in the middle of work?
My heart was racing. I even think I was sweating. I don't think anyone noticed because a lot of people were jumpy. It was one of those muscle cars. Todd told me there might be a complaint about the pushy customer. Crystal is mad I didn't tell her it was a VIP.
So let me get this straight. You have sticky fingers for coworkers and you pissed off a VP? Good going, Soph.
I know. It looks bad.
She didn't fire you, so I think you're good. Be careful. If the flashes get worse, you should say something. You can't keep stuff like that a secret.
Interior, Stephen's home, day. Stephen sits at his computer. He places a flash drive into his desktop. Marketing plans are on the screen, a list of employees' names. He dials a number, and a deep voice answers on the other side.
I got it. How much? Yeah, they could be on to me. She's got her own problems. I know. More? I don't know who else to ask. I'll be more careful. No, don't bother. You'll mess everything up. They're already looking around. I'll get it together. Promise. I need time so they forget about everything. Next week.
He splits up the files and he drops them into a secret folder on the drive. Interior, Renee's house, day, continuous. Sophia is upstairs with Amani. Her phone dings. She places Amani in her crib and checks it. It's the picture of the man from the baseball game and a text. What do you think? No response. Renee calls.
Did you see that white chocolate drop I sent you?
Girl, please. He all right.
He better be all right. Enough for next Saturday. Y'all going out.
She hangs up. She hears Amani coo, picks her up, and begins to rock her back to sleep. Renee is downstairs braiding a male patron's hair.
She doesn't sound like a caring girlfriend. You sure you want to stay with her?
Drama follows her. I gotta do me.
Well, if you are looking for someone better, my girl Soph is a catch. She just moved back here from the city.
Sophia rocks Amani to sleep.
What's she like?
She's smart, chill, funny, and caring.
Oh, hold up. A chill girl in this area? You gotta be joking. No.
You forgot. I'm the one with the comb.
Renee smacks him on the back of the head.
kind of like that.
I guess you're the drama too.
That's it? You're not gonna tell me more about your girl?
I'm not gonna do all the work for you. Show some interest on your own. If you break her heart, I know where you live.
The man braces himself for Renee's comb, but it doesn't come. Amani starts crying, and Sophia brings her down the stairs. An eerie silence fills the room.
This cry I can't fix.
I got it. Mommy's coming. Sophia, this is Eddie. Eddie, Sophia.
Heads nod all around, and Renee turns around and smiles at both of them. More awkward silence, but Eddie likes what he sees. Interior office marketplace day. A hooded man is sneaking around a dark office. He ruffles through some lockers, enters an executive office, and downloads marketing plans onto a flash drive. Places a white flash drive into the computer and is uploading something. Meanwhile, interior canvas counseling Daniel's office. Daniel is sitting at his computer, transposing files onto the computer log, looking through color-coded files. His phone dings, and he picks up his phone.
Do you want to go out tonight? Lorenzo's 10 p.m.
Daniel looks at the pile and at the clock. It is 8 p.m. He starts typing faster than before, skipping pages. The pile starts to dwindle. He opens his desk drawer, and bar coupons for Lorenzo's can be seen. Interior, exterior of Papercutz, nighttime. Stephen clocks in, and he notices someone in the parking lot. Stephen exits and meets the man at the side of the building. The man lowers his hoodie and hands Stephen what looks like a flash drive. And then the two exchange something mysterious. Meanwhile, Todd calls Brenda into the office. Brenda looks a bit weary. She tries to get ahead of him.
You can't lose your cool. She's a premier customer. We can't lose her business.
They can't run amok after hours.
15 minutes, come on.
15 minutes too long.
We all wanted to go home. You were great with some of the customers and the workers. I don't want to have to let you go.
Over one mistake? After all this time?
I have to at least suspend you.
For how long exactly?
A week.
Interior Renee's house day. Sophia and Eddie are the most awkward pairing ever.
Let me guess, she's been talking me up for about a week.
No, she at least waited until I started having problems with my girl.
So thoughtful.
I know, right?
And when was that?
Today.
Frankie comes in from the porch, sees Eddie and Sophia talking.
Are you Auntie Fia's special friend?
Eddie cracks a smile while Sophia tries not to notice. Interior Papercutz tech department night. Levi, part-time tech supervisor, is fixing an iPhone for a customer.
Your screen is very cracked. Since it's an iPhone 6, it could be able to be fixed for you. It takes about 2 hours. If you want, we can add some liquid armor to prevent any other scratchings.
I try my phone at least 5 times a day. So whatever you want to do, as long as I can finally see my apps. I'll be back in a couple of hours.
Be careful.
Without my phone, I'll be fine.
The customer turns and almost bumps into another customer, tripping over a child looking at the toys near the registers. Levi tries to maintain his laughter as he places the phone in the machine. Interior Papercutz office. Crystal pokes her head into Todd's office.
Sorry, Todd, for barging in.
What is it now?
I got to get to Taylor's school. I have to go or Jack will have a fit. I'm already 30 minutes late. And there is no manager at the front of the store.
Crystal grabs her coat and purse and runs out. Outside, Henrietta stops Crystal at her car.
Oh, hi, Henrietta. I'm running late. Can we talk tomorrow? I got your message. This will take a minute.
Crystal looks at her watch.
Your workers have an attitude. It won't happen again. I'm coming by to let you know I don't need the rest. The client made changes. Well, I hope we still have your business. Just because of you, I will give them another chance. Great. We will talk more later. I have to go see my daughter.
Meanwhile, in the break room, Levi is going through his locker.
I can't believe he added. He's looking into the employees too.
Was it you?
I'm not stupid.
I think someone stole a printer.
You really think they could steal a printer without anyone knowing?
If Todd made an announcement, it has to be big.
Maybe they stole the signage from a section.
You work in tech. Like, your sign is right above your head.
It's got to be something important if there's so much stress about it.
Interior Taylor School at the night. Taylor is walking around with her grandmother trying to pick out books. Crystal runs in out of breath and looks around. Taylor catches her eye and runs over.
Mommy, you made it!
Crystal hugs her, trying to catch her breath. She looks at Grandma. A look of disappointment. Crystal's face changes, but not for the good.
2 hours later.
I haven't seen Brenda since the night with Henry. Seems like everyone was struggling, not just me.
The iPhone customer comes back to the tech department to pay for her iPhone repair.
Thank you so much.
She puts it in her pocket. As she walks out, she stops. Her phone dropped face down in the parking lot. She picks it up and sighs. The phone is fine. A car comes near, and she dashes out of the way. Exterior Papercutz office. Sophia goes to knock, but the door swings wide open.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Did you hear anything from corporate?
Someone is stealing plans from the store and selling them to our competitors.
Oh, wow. Did they know who?
No, not yet, but we are making changes. Oh, no, you're good, you're good. Corporate makes a judgment call on these things. It was too late and for orders, and you were trying to be courteous. Just please don't be a part of this mischief.
No need to worry about me. I hope you get them.
Todd pauses for a minute.
Todd is in front of the aisles and customers walk past him. Meanwhile, in the marketing department, Sophia is working with an elderly customer on the copiers.
But if I put my card in the machine, who's to say that you are not going to steal my information and take all my money?
Once you complete your job, the copier restart and erase everything.
Are you sure the next customer won't use my card after I leave?
We are going to follow what it says on the screen, and when you're done, we will hit the checkout button so the next person does not have access to your card.
What is this $5 pre-authorization. I am only making one copy, and you said one copy was 60 cents. I don't have that kind of money.
The $5 pre-authorization is pending on your card and will disappear in 24 hours.
24 hours? I am going to need my money now. I am on a fixed income and I cannot spend a lot of it all willy-nilly.
You will only be charged for the cost of your copy. Pending is not a charge. You will have access to the rest of that money tomorrow.
I want my money and I want my money now.
Sophia calls Todd on the walkie, and Todd is ready for battle.
Your computers are trying to take all of my hard-earned money.
The pre-authorization is not held hostage in the mysterious cloud for us to use whenever we feel like it. The money is held over by your bank to confirm what you spent today on the machine. Whatever money you need for your grandkids will be released as soon as your bank okays it. After you call your bank tomorrow and ask them about it, call me if you still don't have your money in 2 days, and I will give you the money back.
Todd winks at Sophia. The customer exits the store.
Interior Lorenzo's bar, nighttime, 9 p.m. The DJ turns up the music. People, including Denise, are dancing and drinking. Denise passes a table, mid-dance step, glancing at the chocolate candy at the table. 5 guys, beers in each of their hands, laughing and smiling, licking lips at the women that pass. One of their phone buzzes. Jay turns it over. Interior Canvas Counseling, Daniel's office. Daniel checks the clock. It is 9:15 p.m. Looks over at the pile with 5 more to go. Daniel picks up his phone to call Jay.
Hey, dude, I'm sorry, man. Rain check.
Come on, man. We barely ever see you.
Daniel continues to look through his files.
Dude, my boss is writing me. Like, I swear, we are shorthanded.
Angela knocks on the door. Daniel jumps and knocks over the files, mixing up the paperwork.
How's it going? They're coming early morning.
Okay, got it. Almost through.
You better stay focused.
Of course, Miss Angela.
Angela walks in and Daniel puts the phone on mute. Daniel turns over his phone out of Angela's view.
I thought drill sergeant.
Angela walks in and Daniel puts his phone on mute. Daniel turns over his phone out of Angela's view.
I really need everything in perfectly. I can't afford to lose points.
Understood.
Angela nods, sees the mess on the floor under the desk.
Pick those up. Not one paper out of place or out of date.
Angela walks out and closes the door. Daniel is on his hands and knees trying to organize the files and unmutes his phone.
I thought drill sergeant told you to go out.
Daniel hits his head on the desk.
Man, I gotta work on these nerves.
Jay takes a sip of his beer.
You better be getting that OT.
Trust it. That is understood.
You're missing out.
Jay smiles, nods to his friends, and rises from the table. Interior New Beginnings Church, day. A woman in the pews stands up and starts to walk down the aisle. We see Renee, Denise, and Sophia whispering as she goes by.
That's good for her.
It's about time.
Sophia slaps Renee.
God finally spoke to her and said, enough is enough.
Enough is enough with them shoes. What? God knows my heart.
The woman makes it to the altar and the preacher holds her hand.
Before we pray for her, let us pray and ask God to cleanse our hearts.
The whole church bows their heads and closes their eyes.
Dear God, cleanse Sophia's heart so she can feel your Cupid's arrow.
Dear God, please cleanse Renee's heart so her smart mouth doesn't land her in the lion's den.
Dear Jesus, cleanse my heart so I can hear you telling you why you messed up my neck and my back.
My neck, my back.
Girl, you better not. God will burn you down right here on the spot.
Interior Crystal's home, kitchen, nighttime. Crystal is preparing ice cream. Her mother is sipping tea.
Oh yeah, sipping. I'm sorry. You can't be missing out on your girls' lives.
I'm not missing out.
You are always late coming home. Most of the time, they're already asleep. They ask about you all the time.
Well, I don't do it on purpose. My employees need me.
So do Taylor and Heather. They are your blood. I need a break. I shouldn't be raising your kids.
You are not raising my kids. What about Jack?
What about him? He's here.
Well, most of his shifts are when the girls are asleep. Early bird or graveyard.
Why don't you change your shifts?
It doesn't work that way. I'm a manager.
Better manage your life.
Crystal grabs her ice cream and stomps up the stairs.
Interior Crystal's room. Crystal is laying in her bed, ice cream bowl on the nightstand, and Taylor is lying next to her. Crystal grabs a book from the nightstand.
Once upon a time in a land far, far away,
Lives a froggy and flies.
those are lightning bugs. What else do you see?
Taylor starts pointing at the book. Crystal looks up and Jack is peeking into the room, smiling.
Should Daddy join us?
Mommy is reading the book we bought at the book fair. Come sit next to me, Daddy.
Sure, why not?
Jack jumps on the bed, hugs Taylor, tucking her between him and Crystal.
Interior Renee's house, night. Renee is on her phone. Frankie is playing with toys on the floor. Amani is sleeping in her playpen. Renee is creating a Tinder profile for Sophia.
Little buddy, what do you like about your godmother, Sophia?
Fierce is nice and funny. And I like her cookies and her stories.
Renee continues to type in the profile.
What are you going to help Sophia find the best boy, best friend ever?
Like that man she was talking to today? Her special best friend?
Is that what she called him?
No, I did.
Not all grown-ups who talk to each other are special best friends. Then friends would not be special. They'd just be like everyone else.
Interior Canvas Counseling, Angela's office, night. Angela is looking over Daniel's audit notes.
You skipped a few. Here we go.
Angela sticks a conference with Daniel posted on her desk calendar. Interior Papercutz, break room. Sophia enters, listening to her voicemail. There is a message from Angela.
I hope you come back soon. These new interns can take the level of work. Some of the clients have stopped coming because you left. I hope you know you will always have a place here.
found a flash drive cover. If they check the cameras and see me sneaky, I didn't do it. But I think it was either Brian or Steven.
I think it's Steven. He told me that he was going to put it in the lost and found, and yesterday it was not there. Krista said no one called for a flash drive in about a month.
Brian knows way too much about the supervisor's whereabouts to be a new hire.
What does he do every day?
Walk around tech apartment, playing with the laptops, playing with the price guns, and spying on the rest of us.
Some days I forget he's even here.
Interior Crystal's home, Crystal's bedroom. Jack and Crystal are in bed.
Grandma said you were half an hour late.
Oh my God, I do not want to even talk about that. I don't want to go there.
It was nice to have you home early.
I would have been there sooner if Henrietta hadn't stopped me by the car.
Henrietta?
A premier customer.
Jack and Crystal feel the tension of what that could mean, but they just had a good moment, so each let it slide.
Well, at least I got there while Tay was still looking around. I have a new employee that seems to pick things quick. If she stays on track, I will have my normal hours back in time in no time.
That would be good for the girls.
And for us.
Crystal leans in for a kiss, and Jack obliges.
But we'd sure miss the overtime money.
Your work husband will always be yelling at you to go home and threatening to cut your hours anyway.
Work husband? Oh, Todd, he's harmless.
Jack reaches over Crystal to shut off her light.
Shh. No more work talk.
Crystal tries to get frisky, and are they on the same page? Interior Renee's house, night. Renee is on her phone.
Hey, white chocolate drop. Can't wait till next Saturday. You will love your date.
Can't wait to see you.
Renee brushes it off and hangs up. She goes back to making the profile for Sophia. As the phone rings, she accidentally makes the profile go live. Renee rocks Amani as she holds the phone to her ear.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Sophia paces up and down the break room.
I just got a message from Angela. She's struggling finding a replacement.
Of course she would. You were too good with both the kids and the adults. You treated them like humans, not numbers.
So you think I should go back?
Girl, you can't. The doc said it would take at least a year for you to find a new normal. Give this job a chance. You're still helping people. Imagine if you were dancing with the kids and you pulled something. You put more stress on your back than...
I'll be shit out of luck.
Renee covers Amani's ears.
Amani's ears!
My bad. Don't keep her from me. I need that pretty face in my life.
You get a pass. One pass. Don't let her guilt trip you, and then you can't move at all.
Interior Papercutz marketing department. Mark takes a poster out of the wide format machine.
Don't take it out too fast. Watch your fingers.
You want to do it for me?
No, you got it.
The poster corners are creased. Mark quickly rolls it up, prints outside in. There is a fingerprint in the ink. Mark starts to sweat. Mark keeps an eye on Sophia as he places the poster in its tube. He hangs it up and then grabs the phone.
You look so guilty. Who died?
You don't have to come right away. It'll be here for at least a week. Let us know when you get back from vacation.
You know nobody is on the other line.
Sophia looks at Mark. It feels like an eternity. The sweat keeps pouring down.
You have a towel. Wipe your face, take a deep breath.
The poster, it has fingerprints.
You sign in your work.
Sophia looks at the freshly printed shot. Or other droplets have now appeared.
It also has your sweat. New meaning to blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh, man.
Pick your chin up. I doubt the customer will be coming in 5 minutes. Print another one. At least it's not for Henry.
Right.
Mark smiles, then trips as he goes to toss the bad poster in the garbage. A few minutes later, Sophia is checking customers out.
Here is your order. I think it looks very professional.
I have to hand these out. In the morning. It's the first meeting.
You will be very prepared and authoritative.
If I do well, I'll get a promotion.
Good luck.
The customer leaves happily and stops Todd at the door.
Your employees? They're so great. They're patient with me, especially that lady over there.
Sophia.
Yeah, I think that's her name. My order looks perfect.
It was in that moment I finally got my lemonade. You never know how your everyday actions affects people's day. Being in the right place at the right time creates a ripple to turn the tide.
Interior, exterior, Papercutz office, Todd's office. Brenda, in everyday clothes, places a resignation letter on Todd's desk. She walks out of the office with no care in the world. She heads to a car. A person in a hoodie is in the driver's seat. We cannot make out his face. Exterior, Papercutz night. Sophia gets in Renee's car. Renee notices something is different about her.
What gives? A minute ago, you were second guessing your moves, and now you look like you ate Tinkerbell's pixie dust.
Mark is still a lost cause. His anxiety gives me anxiety. But I saved a customer's job today. She might get a promotion.
Renee's phone starts to buzz and chime uncontrollably, a mixture of texts and pings from Tinder.
Who's blowing up your phone at this hour?
What? Nobody.
She quickly pushes mute.
I guess you're not leaving anytime soon.